authentic and meaningful. As Sarah contemplates her situation, she thinks back to the time when she had someone who didn't fold under pressure, someone who wasn't a doormat. The realization stings deeply. She sees that the man who walked away was secure in his own identity. He didn't need her approval or attention to feel good about himself. This made him more attractive in ways she didn't fully appreciate at the time. Now, in the aftermath of a rebound relationship, Sarah understands that she traded someone who challenged her to grow for someone who simply appeased her ego. She didn't realize what she had until it was gone, and by the time she does, it's too late. He's already moved on. This powerful moment of realization marks a shift in her emotional landscape. As she becomes aware of what she's lost, there's a deep, gut-wrenching regret. She thinks, I shouldn't have pushed him away. I didn't appreciate him enough when I had the chance. There's no immediate fix to the situation, no way to simply go back and undo the damage that's been done. The man who walked away has moved on, and she must face the consequences of her actions. The emotional gulf between them has grown too wide to cross, and no matter how much she may want to turn back time, she knows that it's unlikely she will ever be able to reclaim what they once had. The grass isn't greener, a moment of clarity. The realization phase is a pivotal moment. It serves as an emotional wake-up call. For a woman who thought she could easily replace the man who walked away, this phase often comes with a sting of humility. She has to confront the truth that sometimes the things we want most aren't what we need. The fantasy of a perfect relationship with a new partner crumbles when she realizes that the one she lost had qualities that set him apart from all others. He was not just another man who fell into her orbit. He was someone who understood the value of self-respect and emotional distance, which, in turn, made him more attractive and valuable than any rebound or new partner ever could be. This phase isn't just about regret, it's about the profound understanding of what went wrong. For some, this is the moment of self-realization that leads to growth. It marks the beginning of understanding what truly matters in a relationship: emotional independence, mutual respect, and a dynamic that isn't built on control but rather on respectful equality. However, for others, this realization may come too late. If she's not able to accept the consequences of her actions, the lesson may be lost, and she may continue the pattern of seeking quick fixes through rebounds or new relationships that fail to satisfy her deeper emotional needs. It's essential for her to understand that true growth comes from understanding the balance of control in a relationship and the ability to recognize and appreciate it before it's gone. Ultimately, this phase emphasizes an uncomfortable truth. Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until we've lost it. The challenge moving forward is to understand why this happens and use that understanding to make more informed, emotionally intelligent decisions in the future. The ultimate power: the man who walks away. At the heart of every dynamic in a relationship lies one simple truth. Self-respect is the ultimate power. The man who walks away embodies this power. He is the one who understands his own worth and is not afraid to assert boundaries that demand respect. The key to understanding this power dynamic lies in the ability to walk away when things no longer serve him, when he's no longer valued, or when the emotional investment becomes one-sided. For many women, the idea of a man walking away is unfathomable. It's foreign. But the men who wield this power know that respect isn't freely given, it's earned, and it can be withdrawn at any moment. They recognize that control is not the goal mutual respect and emotional authenticity are. They don't chase validation. They don't seek approval from others to feel worthy. They know their value and won't allow anyone to diminish it. Self-respect as the foundation of power. The power of a man who walks away comes from a deep well of self-respect. Men who can walk away when necessary are not desperate for validation. They have a profound understanding that their worth is not dependent on anyone else's approval. They are not desperate to hold on to something or someone that isn't contributing positively to their life. The moment a relationship or a situation becomes emotionally taxing or unbalanced, they're able to step away, not out of malice, but out of a quiet understanding that they are enough on their own. Imagine a man in a relationship where he feels unappreciated or emotionally drained. He's been giving, perhaps too much, and it's been ignored or taken for granted. A man who knows his worth will reach a point where he recognizes the shift in dynamics. Instead of continuously pursuing, he walks away. This is a man who rejects the need for approval. His strength lies in his ability to step away and allow things to fall into their natural order. By refusing to be emotionally manipulated or taken for granted, he positions himself as someone who is unshakably secure in his sense of self. The emotional rejection of approval. When a man walks away, it's often seen as a form of rejection. But it's crucial to understand that this rejection isn't just about the woman, it's about rejecting the need for approval. A man who can walk away is saying, "I don't need your validation to feel good about myself." This is not about arrogance, it's about emotional maturity and strength. By walking away, a man places value on his own self-worth and refuses to engage in a relationship or interaction where he feels disrespected, undervalued, or manipulated. This act of emotional detachment forces a shift in the relationship dynamic. For the woman involved, this creates a powerful shift in perception. A man who walks away doesn't just leave physically, he leaves emotionally, mentally, and psychologically, creating a void that becomes impossible to ignore. The man who walks away, the one she'll never forget. The woman who has experienced a man walking away often finds herself haunted by the memory of him. The absence of his pursuit, his affection, his presence, creates a space that she can't fill. What makes this dynamic so powerful is that it is not driven by a desire to hurt or punish, rather, it's driven by a self-respecting decision that says, "I'm not willing to sacrifice my self-worth for someone who isn't treating me right." The man who walks away is not simply rejecting the woman, he's rejecting the need to be needed by her. And in doing so, he becomes the most valuable person in her world. His absence is felt deeply. He is no longer available for the woman to chase or control. He has taken control of his own life and no longer plays by the emotional rules she set.